let's see what we can find. Alright, let's watch some TDM. This will be good. 3 minutes in on Sunken Harbor. Actually, oh, Shantytown is so much better. What the... what? Okay, that's just weird. Just way too many people on that. Let's see this one. Alright. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Or, well, we're back. Me. Alright, here we go. They're in waiting for players, and... oh, here we are. 2 minutes in. It is only 3-0, assuming that the scoreboard bug is, not a thing anymore. Back in the day, when you loaded into a match late, you wouldn't be able to see the scoreboard unless you reloaded your UI. But, I don't think... oh my, hold on. Sorry, I muted my microphone so I could, sneeze without causing you guys ear pain. Looks like we have red is staying pretty close together and blue is kind of wandering in one by one, and then you have an assault trying to think he's a recon and snipe from across the entire map. I don't recognize any of these players. I assume they're, you know, okay, but they're not top tier. Or at least they weren't before the patch. I was pretty well acquainted with most of the top level players. Here we go. Yeah, red taking a pretty commanding lead, 7-3. It's certainly not insurmountable, but if you start getting that kind of double lead and it's not just a fluke with a bunch of random kills, it's not always a good sign. Although that recon getting a couple good picks. It feels like he used his executing shot right there. The new ability they have that just instantly kills a player. If you hit them with it and they go down, they immediately die. You have no chance to res them. Very, very powerful in TDM because it is a delayed scoring mechanic. You have to execute the players. Oh yeah, we have blue kind of stepping it up. Getting together here. This is good. Looks like we got a match. Game is to 25, for those of you who don't know. If you're either fresh to Firefall or just haven't played the PvP. Oops, sorry, I don't mean to be doing this. I'm getting C messages, but I will save them until after this match. So you all, that medic is in so much trouble. Excuse me, Biotech. He's gonna die. But then we have the rest of the team over here. It's a 4v3 over here. There was a 2v1 over there. Looks like blue losing this engagement while their team was busy dealing with cough over there. Losing it handily. Red didn't lose a single player there. They're low, but alive. Fatham really likes to spam from a distance. I mean, there are assault players who can do that. They've been playing the game for a while. They know how to make it work. Most people aren't those assault players. They should be focusing on getting in. Long-range satchel. I assume that is a recon thing. Forgive me for not knowing all the new abilities yet. Patch just came out. I started playing it several hours ago and only really played around with my biotech, as I said in the last video. Red, feels like they just got wiped. Blue's starting to take a little bit of a lead. Still close enough that it's by no means insurmountable. One good engagement. But the thing is that in random games when you don't have a pre-made going against a pre-made, things are much more likely to fluctuate in small numbers as opposed to in larger ones, because pre-made versus pre-made, you'll have people running around as a team of 5. You might have the recon off in the distance just picking at people, but they'll be doing their best to control wherever the DD is spawning, support each other. Whereas in public matches with just randoms, people are much more likely to lone wolf it, run off on their own, and there'll be a lot less reviving, there'll be a lot less cover fire, and you'll see the kills ticking up like one at a time, like we're kind of having here, as opposed to, you know, they'll wipe an entire team and then execute them all, and you'll go like it'll go like 5 plus 5 plus 2 plus 5 plus 3, etc. Still a very, very tight match. Solid. Red's about to drop some points right here when these two die off. There, you can see. Blue's up to 18. And blue is sticking together very nicely now. I don't like that they have 2 recons. Sunken Harbor is certainly very recon friendly. I just think 2 is overkill in a 5-man setup. I would prefer that they have a Dreadnought so they can Thunderdome for rezzing people, etc., etc. And I would prefer they have a Biotech, so I would drop maybe 1 and 1. Although the new Engineer is perfectly good too. You could probably do a team of just 1 of each class, but it becomes preference. The Dread is certainly not just flat out better than the Assault. It just gives you a little more versatility. Same with the Engineer. I do. The Biotech is less critical on a team than the Medic was, but I still like organized teams, or even any team having one. Just because, first of all, that Poison Trail ability is amazing, and second of all, the Healing Wave is a nice way to top people off after an engagement, especially if you have the more powerful version instead of the quicker cooldown version. Team Blue still keeping a decent lead, picking up a couple kills up here. I really like how they've actually split the kill board. So the notifications for one team are here, and the other team, if they get some, will come up here. That's enough kills that Blue is about to take this, and that will be that. Well played, Blue team. Good job, guys. Switching down to 1 recon at the very end there. I'm happy with that. This is still a little weird, how it puts me back to my character screen. I should probably answer those Steam messages now. Still no one watching live. That's cool. That's cool. I love you guys on YouTube anyway. What the hell am I doing? Why am I not just going straight back to the Observe? Sorry, this is kind of new for me. Just going back to the Observe menu. What do we have? Why are there no good harvester? Let's see here. Oh god. That's about an hour ago. Okay. What do we got here? Anyone? Heal Me Please isn't bad. But most of these guys are kind of no names. I say that with a little bit of reservation. But I'm not seeing anyone particularly interesting on any of these. Ooh, the Jade's in here. Let's do this. The Jade and 6-Shot are both in here. I wouldn't be surprised if they queued together. Both very, very strong players. I'm going to zoom this one back to the beginning because it should be a good match. How do I... Okay, let's pause. And... how do I go all the way back to the beginning? Oh god. I think I've broken everything, people. Oh, Raijin's in this match too. This is a good set of players. Damn. Oh god, I can't see the scoreboard at all. What's the timer? How far in am I? Are we in the second half of the first half? Help! Speck in her face, why do you fail me? I've been praising you so much. Not getting anything. Makes me sad. I really wish I had a second monitor for my various chat programs. That would be very helpful. Let's see here. So we have a pretty solid defense being put up. There's a constant 4 or 5 player presence inside the main room here. They're trying to get some pickoffs. You have Amino working. Oh, Amino's a pretty good sniper too. You have Amino working from over there. I'm really hating this shit that I keep getting where it moves my camera. I still don't know how to disable that. I'll figure it out at some point. It feels like Red just can't break in properly. That's getting really freaking annoying. That's the record button. There's gotta be like a settings menu or something. What the hell? It just keeps going back to these random dudes who I don't give a crap about. Oh cool, there we go. I can click on someone to find them exactly. Oh, I paused it. That's smart of me. Or not, it's just laggy. This is... oh. This doesn't look good at all. This just does not look good at all. Let's back this up some and see. Alright. If that restarted it, let's see if it gets stuck again at some point or another. We have... yeah. Looks like maybe there was a server crash or something at this point and everything got ruined. So let's quit this match. I'm sorry about that. I did not know that was going to happen. I wonder if the whole server is crashed or not. Oh, yep. Oh, no, there we go. I'm loading in. Yeah! Alright. There we go. Yes, you can have mod. How do I, there we go. Up. Yeah, the graphics are a little twitchy right now because, the servers are kind of stressed because they just got this massive update. Oh, it's a little less twitchy than it was. It was really jumpy earlier. So, you should be happy it's less bad than that. There's my menu, there's my observer. Watch matches. Alright, let's do this. Sabotage. Oh, it's a new one. Yeah, okay, that's a lot of the same guys. Let's do it. It's only 4 minutes in. Let's go. Let's go. Alright. There we go. We should be near the very beginning here. I wonder if it'll actually give me my, no, this isn't working for some reason. I have no idea why. It was working earlier just fine. Or maybe I'm crazy and it's never been working and I just perceived that it was working. God, we have the attacking team really bunched up. I would like them to spread a little bit more than that, especially on the roof. I hate the roof. I hate being there as an attacker. I hate being there as a defender. If you're a defender, you're incredibly exposed and you're going to get picked off. If you're an attacker, you're never actually going to manage to put in. Why is it... maybe I'm, like, accidentally clicking on these dudes or something? I don't even know. Anyway. Oh, the Jade is playing engineer now. I know he played around with that some before, but he was a pretty dedicated assault player for the vast majority of the early beta. He's very well respected within the community. Gives a lot of feedback. Very balanced sort of guy, measured. Ooh, Deef is in this game too. Wow, this is a really good game I managed to find. Ooh. Red is managing to make a strong push in. There's not that much defense left here. Oh, I'm really terrible at noticing that they capped it already. I'm sorry. I'm paying attention to too many things. I am dumb. But blue, it looks like they're starting to try to set up their defense here. Got random Dreadnought pushing up for absolutely no reason except to get himself killed and sent to the respawn. And you have Jade apparently just butchering everyone over there until they finally manage to bring him down. New engineer pretty strong there, Jade. That's what it looks like to me. I'm really sick of this camera jumping. I wish I knew how to fix it. I mean, what is... this is, I assume, a record button of some kind, but I have no idea what it does. Like, that's what you'd think it is. I wonder if I'm doing something random now. Trying to find a balance between getting a good camera shot of an overall battle zone and moving around, trying to follow things. Because if I move around too much, you guys won't be able to follow anything whatsoever. Attacker's trying to establish a foothold right here. This is probably my favorite entryway. You've got the most room to move and dodge. You're not getting choked up. All three of the other entryways. You have this tiny-ass one right here, which is easy to get Dreadnought murdered. You have this tiny-ass one here, which is sneakier, and you've got some cover when you come in, but it's still not ideal. And then you have that... God damn it. No idea what causes that. Wish I knew. Just want to get rid of it so badly. And yeah, I'm sorry about the slightly jumpy thing. It is server lag, I'm fairly sure. You can see the people jumping around. It looked like they had a strong push going, but they didn't manage to get the actual hack. Good defense coming up from Team Blue there. Got not as coordinated of an assault as they were getting earlier. It looks like they're trying to reform, get people back up. They're down still a couple people. Although Blue's down a lot of people, they could probably have pushed in right there if they'd been paying attention to their scoreboards and noticing who was and wasn't alive. I mean, on top of that, the people who were alive had like this much health the entire time. Let's see here, what do we got for reinforcements? 3 people coming up. Dreadnought and Biotech, and was that a sniper? Yes, who appears to be maybe AFK all the way over there. Solid defense still being put up. That engineer lightning beam is so annoying to play against. Let me tell you that from first-hand experience. Again, they're being very careful. They're trying not to overextend, waste time. Thunderdome thrown out to try and pick off a couple kills, but it doesn't really get anything. You have just a very, very strong defense being put up here by Team Blue. I mean, they've got the Poison Cloud here coming out from Raijin was just not particularly effective. It's not in a place where Team Blue is going to be hanging out. They're mostly hanging out down here, obviously, as you can see. You've got one Dreadnought doing a whole lot of work on them, but it's not going to be enough. They're going to get rezzed. There's too many people still alive there. And they're just, it feels like every push from our attackers just keeps fizzling. They're not managing to coordinate. They're not managing to flank. I mean, defender's advantage, obviously, but, and then you have, this is not an optimal biotech tactic. For those of you who are wondering, if you just run in and suicide with the cloud, they'll stand away from the cloud, and then you will die, and they'll all just not have taken very much damage. You really, really want to use that when they have a distraction coming on them to cut off a retreat. It's perfectly good in the middle of a battle if you can get in, but you can't do it alone. You can't be the first guy to run in and think that your cloud is so strong that people are just going to run away from it, and you're going to murder them all with it. It's just not enough. Well, God, Blue is just, it's really, what the, It's really impressive how much they're managing to last with their very, very low hit point amounts. You can see Stream, you can see Scare, they're both very, very low on hit points, but they're keeping just out of sight. They're managing to spam what abilities they can. Scare as an assault can fire around corners. Stream trying to keep his engineering stuff up and running. And just, I don't know why they're pushing out like that. I mean, I don't like that decision by Jade at all. Didn't get anything done, exposed himself to an unnecessary amount of risk. Every person dead in Sabotage is important, especially if you get them for free. I mean, you might think, oh, 10v10, 10v9 isn't that big of a difference. It really is. It's a lost set of abilities, it's a lost set of damage, it's just so much. Especially if it's something like an engineer or a biotech whose abilities are just the defining aspect of the class. Again, you see this like random poison cloud coming out from Raijin that I really don't like. He's not putting it anywhere useful. He's just running in, dropping it, and dying. Really suboptimal usage there. I know, I'm sorry, I'm criticizing public games like everyone should be super, super good, but it's practice. I need to start getting used to seeing what's going on, analyzing it, and I hope you guys enjoy it, and I hope you don't hate me for being a bit of a dick. I'm pretty analytical about my games, so I hope you can forgive me, and if you can't, well, find another channel. Ah, what the... I don't want to be anywhere near you. Give me back... There we go. That'll do. Still, though, I mean, despite just repeated pressure, I mean, it's not like they're completely unable. Our attackers, they're not unable to coordinate. They're certainly moving in as groups, but there's just so much more team play and careful play coming out from the defenders. It's just it's really telling in the fact that every time the attackers push in, you'll see maybe 3 or 4 of them die and maybe 1 defender die. They're playing very careful, very tight, using the terrain to their advantage, not pushing out too far, except apparently now they are. They're making me look bad. Yeah, they really can't be giving away free kills when a full set of respawns is just coming up from the attackers. Oh god, I can't believe that poison trail got a kill. Oh man. That ability is pretty damn strong. Like, for all the crap I'm giving Raijin for being overly aggressive with it, that doesn't mean it's not a strong ability. It's incredibly strong. And there we go. That's the end of the first half. Now my timer should work, hopefully, so I can actually see how long I have. I'm kind of irritated that there's no way to just quickly reset to the beginning of something. I mean, obviously with recorded matches it would be different. Strange clicking sound. What the hell? Are you sure I'm not just a robot? I might be a robot. Are you talking about that sound it's making, like, right now? Because that's from the game. That is not from my microphone. Or just don't answer me. Thanks. God, you're helpful. Why'd I make you a mod? Alright. Time to see if our new attackers can do any better than the previous one. Our Jade team. So far we have the usual couple randoms diving in, and then we have Jade, who's off doing his own thing. Which, yeah, no roof control. I mean, I know I said earlier I don't like the roof. I think you're really exposed. I hold to that, but I don't think it's something you should just give up. Because, like, putting 1 assault up here on the roof is really nice, because you can spam down in. But, I mean, I don't think stacking a whole team up here is good for either side, but you need to put a few people up, like, here at the start, so they can see who's coming, try to snipe a couple people coming that way. And they can always fall back to help any defenders that start over here, because you really, really, at the start of this match, the last thing you want to do is give up control of this little choke right here, because you have that access point from their start. You have this access point, and they can dive right down here, and either come straight in from your side, like these guys did, or come around behind. You just give up so many access points if you lose that choke early. Still not responding. Worst mod ever. Why does it do that? Yeah, let's get some first-person perspective for a bit. That'll prevent me from having to do anything. I love how they still have medic calls in the game when there's no medic class. It's kind of cute. You, sir, do not have the greatest aim with your gun. So, let's see here.
Changing the magazines.
Oh, we lost one. Alright. Why are you at B, Jade? God, making me eat my words. I talk about how good you are and how you're a quality player. Wow. That's a pretty cool little effect right there. For the headshot kill in observer mode. So you can see this is how you need to play Recon on this map. You cannot sit back and go for the occasional headshot. You have to be up there putting out damage, because otherwise you're just a waste of space on a 10-man team, and you cannot afford wasted team members in 10v10. It just can't happen. Let's check out Stream, this engineer. I wonder if he's streaming. Then we'd be getting 2 streams of him. Making a side push, trying to sneak up behind, dropping that. I love those new wall turrets and everything. They're pretty sweet, actually. And he's dropped the Claymore mine there, you can see. So he has the turret covering one side and the Claymore covering the other side. I'm pretty sure you can drop multiple turrets, but that could be crazy. There we go. See how much damage that Claymore does? Just murdered that dude. Jeez. And he has another Claymore ready. Turrets are much more fragile than they used to be. You saw how quickly it went down. So, that is one thing. They may be stronger offensively, but they are certainly weaker defensively. And yeah, he hit that guy with Claymore. That NG beam. Picking up his buddy. This is nice. They're not only denying the defenders this room to kind of base from and use as sort of a choke over from the entryway, so that they can safely sneak people around through that tunnel and get behind as well if they hold this room. But also at the same time, they're it's giving them a really great harass position, and they're losing it now. But you could see how long they constantly had to worry about the idea of damage coming out of this room, like coming out in this from either of these doors. You can see all the way across the room. Hold it, drop turrets, harass them, and it's really easy to hold this room once you get it set up in there. You can see the turrets, and stupid freaking, how do I make that go away? Just I wish I knew. I'll have to go into my options later and see if there's a way to mess with spectator settings. But I'm not sure I saw one. I don't know why he didn't just use his scatter shot alt fire and kill that dude, but that's what he should have done right there. That was an easy kill for our red friend. Jade is just, I mean, I don't like this. I don't like the decision to. You're spending a lot of time harassing a recon that you could be spending securing a position, and it's a recon who's in a shitty position too. He's sniping from where he can barely hit anyone who's actually inside. Inside is the position that matters. It's perfectly fine to take control of outer areas, but the outer areas have to give you more control over the inside for them to be useful, and that sniper just lol. So I just don't like this. What he's trying to do essentially is control the respawn route, but someone kills him and then he could have just controlled the actual battle zone instead. I don't know. Because look, you can see up here, you can see his team losing a crap load of guys all the time and not getting that many kills, whereas with his engineer support, he could be doing better. Alright, let's find another person to watch. Alright. You're shooting the floor. Awesome. Let's try you. Alright, well, they're getting the hack off. Good sign. It's been a little slow, but all I need to do is get point B to win. So we'll see if I can manage to pull that. A is usually, honestly, the hardest one to take. I couldn't tell you why. It's probably because the chokes are the tightest coming into A, and it's the easiest to kind of do the whole, the defenders, it's kind of easy if you can just even hold this. You can do a lot of peek and shoot with the assault and keep people down. But, generally, if you can cap A, like, even if it takes like 7 minutes to cap A, I've seen plenty of teams that have managed to cap through B and C in the remaining 3. I'm not saying that's necessarily going to happen, but it's... God, A is brutal. If you've played it, you know, and if you haven't, there's your warning. Let's watch some defense.
There's a sniper around here.
I would have liked that better if he had fallen back after that execute. I don't like... It's cool to chase someone out, make sure they don't regroup and come back, but what you don't want to do is start getting kited away from the defense point. I mean, you have to stay tight. You need people spread around in here, and if you are ever... It's a lot of freaking turrets on the ceiling there. It's kind of awesome, actually. But, if you start getting kited out of your defense zone, then they can just push in with a real force and take it from you. It's kind of important to stay by this little panel here. Minute 40 for them to try to take B still. And you've got the usual kind of, oh, we don't have a lot of time left, everyone rush in one by one thing that causes a lot of teams to not win things. It's a common mentality, oh, we don't have a lot of time, we have to go as fast as possible, but that's just not helpful. You really should take the extra 5 seconds to try to form up with your team and do something more than just die. Because let me tell you, rushing alone into a room full of just guns, pretty sure way to get yourself killed. About 15 seconds they have to cap it within, or they won't have time to finish the cap. So we have... Oh, he's going for it, but I think he's going to die to the turrets. There's so many turrets in there. And then you have Surefour with almost no hit points. Where is he? He was at practically nothing when he brought that guy down. It was, you know, he knew more important than him getting out of there was to bring that hacker down before he could do anything. Well played. Yeah, I think this is the clicking Sophie was talking about. It's, and that's, I think, the last 30 seconds. It starts to count that little click. Yeah. Alright, well, that's game. Pretty much a draw. Both teams couldn't quite cap. Give victory to Team 1. They must have capped A faster. I really wish I could see that. But I'm going to power this down, kill stream briefly. I have a couple things to take care of, and then it'll be coming back up with a couple more games. I'm going to be trying generally to cut the stream between every couple of games, just to make sure I keep it in kind of bite-sized chunks for when I upload it to YouTube. Thanks for watching. I'll be back in 10-15 minutes, and we'll be good to go again. Stick around.